Hello, sports fans. Welcome back to another episode of Vanderbilt Dynasty. We finished Season 3 at 5-7 after a 28-7 loss to Tennessee, and this is not good. We missed a bowl game for the third straight year, or also every year of Vanderbilt Dynasty, and the caption says, moving on. Hopefully Vanderbilt is not moving on from Coach Al Weisby recruiting. Now, you take a look at the coach contract. Al Weisby recruiting has gone 5-7, 3-9, 5-7. His contract expires at the end of the season, which is now. And hopefully we don't get fired. That is priority number one. Make sure we're still head coach of this team. Priority number two is improve the team, because we are not very good. Even though I thought we'd be decent this year, we were. But job security currently 84%, which is safe for now. Although I don't think that includes the loss to Tennessee. It might be even lower. But as we always do at the end of the season, we'll check our stats from this past season. Quarterback Larry, 2,464 yards, 13 touchdowns, 25 interceptions. That is quite bad. We had a couple other quarterbacks play in the season opener, but that's it. It was not very good at the quarterback spot. 25 interceptions might be more than we had last year. I'm trying to remember now. I'm not sure. When Nate Johnson threw somewhere around there. Running the ball, Randy Boyd, 188 carries, 717 yards, 12 touchdowns, so that's just 3.8 yards per carry. Larry, 115 carries, 169 yards, 5 touchdowns. And Kylan Young, 21 carries, 118 yards, 2 scores. He also missed a lot of time with an injury. True freshman Keenan Christensen, 22 carries for 81 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jeremy St. Hilaire with a few carries. Tristan Brown with 3 carries for a yard. Or actually, Hilaire with 1 carry. Bryce Archie, 1 carry for also 6 yards. And the true freshman Alex Galladay did not have a great freshman season. 2 carries for also 6 yards. Then receiving, our leading receiver Dwayne Livingston. 41 catches, 595 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Tristan Brown, 3 for about 504 scores. Sherrill, 23 for 359 and a touchdown. McVeigh, 29 for 344 and a touchdown. Bryson Coleman, 21 for 281 and 2 touchdowns. Boyd, 32 catches for 244 yards, 2 touchdowns. Deontay Tam, 12 for 124 and a touchdown. And then Crummy, Christensen, Young, and Harrell, all with less than 10 catches. We probably allowed a lot of sacks. Anthony Miles allowed 10 sacks, which, it's not, obviously not good, but you got to keep in mind that I feel like you are always going to have more sacks taken when you physically play versus the computer. But, yeah, we allowed a lot of sacks. Then defensively, our tackles leader was Tate Hamby with 69. Tackles for loss, Demarion Thomas had a big year. 9 sacks, 15 tackles for loss, and we're going to get him back for 1 more year. He is only a junior, although could go to the draft after that performance. Hopefully not, though. Bolware also had a good year. 12 tackles for loss, 7 sacks. Darren Hart, who might miss all of next year. I'm not sure how his injury is going to play out, because he's currently out for 17 weeks. But I don't know how the offseason works, because you think 17 weeks, he should be easily back by next season. But I think it means 17 weeks in the game, so I'm not completely sure how that works. But tackles for loss, get back to that. Linus Zunk also had 10. Chris Rogers, Doug Ulbrich, both with 7. J.J. Lowry had 6. Tate Hamby, Brandon Fontenette both had 4. Jalen Lackey, Isaiah Sims with 2, and a few other guys with 1. Then sacks, Thomas I talked about, Bowler I talked about. Linus Zunk had 6 sacks. Doug Ulbrich had 5.5. Nice season for him. 4 sacks for Lowry, 3.5 for Rogers. Interceptions, didn't get many. And, in fact, our deal breaker, if you guys have been following the series, you know we've been locked out of recruits because we don't have many interceptions. But Quintavious Gaskins, 4 picks, 2 for Fontenette and Lackey, 1 for Hart and Sims. So, what is that, 10 interceptions? That's not great. Pass deflections, 8 for Gaskins, 7 for Hamby, 6 for Lackey, who's actually only a redshirt sophomore, 5 for Darren Hart and Isaiah Sims, 4 for Fontenette, 2 for Thomas and Rogers, 1 for Bolware, Lowry, Cossin, I don't know how to say this guy's name, Huron, and Matt Abraham. Forced fumbles, 2 for Bolware, 1 for Lackey, Fontenette, Thomas, Rogers, That's it. We didn't recover. We recovered one fumble all year. It was Jontre Fogg. Wow, where was this guy all year? A true freshman. He recovered a fumble. He had one tackle. Where was he all year? Interesting. We did block a field goal that came from Fontenette. No safeties or defensive touchdowns. Kicking, let's see, we weren't great. We made all 33 of our extra points. We went 8 of 9 on field goals. In fact, the one field goal we missed was a 26-yard field goal against Texas A&M. Otherwise, a decent year for Brock Taylor. We won't need a new kicker next year, though. Returning, we didn't return kicks, although Christensen had a 35-yard return. Didn't have any kick return touchdowns or punt return touchdowns. And we'll take a look at our team stats. Tennessee leads the country in total yards by 400 yards, although Georgia leads the country in points per game. But we take a look at us. Probably not great. The 4th fewest yards in the SEC, scoring just 21.8 points per game, which we were doing a lot better until our final 2 games where we scored a combined 14 points in those 2 games. We had 13 passing touchdowns, fewest in the conference. Is that fewest in the country, excluding a service academy? No, okay. But close. Old Dominion, actually, a team we played. We had a lot of rushing touchdowns, though. In fact, we were on the national leaderboard here. What is that? 4, 5, 6, 7th in the country with 21 rushing scores. And somehow we always have a ton of first downs. 3rd in the country. 196 first downs. Forgot to check this passing and rushing. Passing, we were 4th worst. Rushing, we were 5th worst in the SEC. Defensive stats, how are we 3rd best in the conference in terms of yards allowed? That seems really good. We were pretty good against the pass. And how? That doesn't make any sense. We weren't great allowing points. 279 points allowed. I don't know what the average is there. The points per game. But we were great in getting to the quarterback. 35 sacks, which I think should be among national leaders. Yeah, we're in, what is that going to be? Top 10? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, top 10. Only 10 interceptions and 1 fumble. We need to do a better job of forcing turnovers. Conversion-wise, we were not great on 3rd down, 41%. Although 70% on 4th down. And we were 0 for 1 on 2-point attempts. We were best in the conference in the red zone. That seems kind of surprising. Maybe because we didn't make it there a ton. No, we made it there a decent amount. Interesting. And defensively, we were also pretty solid. Penalties, we had 21 because they just don't like to call penalties against the actual player. Turnover differential, it is minus 16. We gave the ball away 27 times. That's got to be most in the country. We took the ball away 11 times, which actually isn't fewest in the conference. Let's see. Our turnover differential and giveaways has to be worse in the country. Differential, yep, minus 16. Giveaways 27. Yeah, as expected. I think we might have led the country in giveaways and minus turnover. Actually, I think just giveaways every season now. But we'll advance to the next week. We'll see if we got any commits or anything like that. And we'll get into the offseason. This video is going to be the entire offseason. Don't think I've said that yet. Oh, wow. Raphael Ty going to Louisiana Tech. Okay, I thought he was going to come here. That's annoying. Some more players on the playing style risk of transfer list. Not ideal. Look at the top 25. Oregon remains number 1. LSU jumps a spot. USC loses to Notre Dame, and wow, that was not even close. 55-17. USC loses to Notre Dame. Also, I noticed this when I was editing last video. Somehow we're better than USC if they're a top 10 team. Florida State falls 9 spots, going from 6 to 15 after their loss to Florida. Florida back up to number 3. They should still be ranked number 1. Their one loss is, I believe, against Auburn. Top 10 team. I think they should still be ranked number 1. Here's a look at the playoff bracket. Oregon, Florida, Clemson, Colorado State, UAB. Again, the Big 12 getting left out. And the 7-10 matchup blocked by my camera is a Big 10 matchup, Ohio State, Nebraska. But we'll take a look at recruiting. We're still locked out of Ben Cloud, although he's somewhat close to a commitment. Again, we got to be aware of Louisiana Tech. Not even recruiting Nick Torres, and he might commit. But, well, let's just check quarterbacks real quick. Alex Cleveland is going to commit. Penn State offered this guy, but we're still got the lead. And Emory and Salas, the backup plans. So you still seem to be in a pretty good spot for a lot of these guys. Tight ends, still the only team to offer. Actually, Indiana offered this guy. That could be interesting. Maybe want to get a few more hours on him. I guess we can take Torres. He seems solid. Obviously, Denard Marks committed as well. But the interior of the offensive line, all set. Defensive ends, Marius Stephen, we lead. Brian Trahan going to Indiana. And then Alante Jasso, I just don't know if he's any good. I mean, there's got to be more to him, like there is with Daniel Haran back from Season 1 when we recruited him. Because he's a power rush, which is 69 power move, but he's a gem, so there's got to be more to him that we just don't see here on the screen. The interior of the defensive line is looking pretty good. Jimmy Lawrence. Actually, we do need another linebacker now that Rafael Tai is committed to Louisiana Tech. Brad Selzner are going to commit. But Lawrence, he's going to go to Georgia Tech, but we lead for both Finley and Nwosu. Both those edge rushers, though. And corner, we are in a good spot, except for Theo Quinton, where we're second behind Virginia. We're actually going to put a hard sell on him. Because I think he seems like a very good player. He's a gem 3-star, 93 speed, 71 man, 61 zone. Obviously, he could be better, but he's a good player. Will develop a quick grade as well with the gem. And we're going to put a hard sell on him and try to get him. But we do have 4 corners on our board. Obviously, don't know if they'll all commit. If they do, great. If not, not great, but that's fine. I could have swore Quaranth McQueen used to have a deal breaker. Apparently not anymore, though. Because he's been committed, and I'm very glad about that, because I've talked to him before. 96 speed. 76 man. Insane player. For only a 3-star. Ben Clapper walked out. Might want to look for another safety, but he is quite a good player. But I am going to look for another linebacker, and then I'll update you guys with what I end up finding. So this guy, Kahari's son, he's a gem 3-star. He's a pass coverage linebacker, but I don't know how he's possibly this good. 88 speed, that's great. With 63 man and 60 zone for a pass coverage linebacker, doesn't seem too great. He's also only 5'11", 225. I'm not sure if we're actually going to recruit him or not, because he doesn't seem too great. But I'm going to keep looking for linebackers. Alright, this guy looks the best. Greg Wenning, 69 zone. Speed looks really good. Man looks okay. But he seems probably the best of the linebackers I've found. And will offer him a scholarship. But otherwise, that is recruiting. In a pretty good spot for a lot of these guys. And hopefully we can end up getting them. It's got to improve this team. We got Army-Navy this week. We'll advance to the next week, which is going to be Conference Championship week. Alex Cleveland commits. Alright, he's not going to stick at quarterback, but that's a start. Selzner commits. Let's go. Okay. Trahan going to Indiana. I think we expected 2 of those. Championship contender goes up, although we don't play. Trahan goes to Indiana. We knew that. Lawrence goes to Georgia Tech. We knew that. Tecklenburg goes to Georgia Southern. They jumped us for the lead. Interesting. Did not expect that one. That's unfortunate, although he's only 5'9". But we didn't get fired. Let's go. Our contract has been extended. Vanderbilt is keeping Al Ways be recruiting. Contract has been extended for 5 years. Wow. Our goal remains win 4 games. We have to sign this contract. Our job security remains safe for now. But Vanderbilt looks and says, 5-7? Yup, that's great. You're our guy. We have been extended for 5 years. Wow. Let's go. We will obviously sign the contract. Always be recruiting has not been hired. He's been extended at Vanderbilt. Let's go. Why can we not manage our staff? I want to fire our offensive coordinator. He's terrible. Dude, we've gone 5-7, 3-9, 5-7, and we have now been extended until 2031. Let's go. But we'll take a look at recruiting again. Alright, Louisiana Tech is making a push for Ben Cloud. So that is a little concerning. Might want to see if we can get a safety on our board. Georgia Tech offers for Demarius Stephen. Could be concerning. We'll up his hours. Actually, we can hard sell him. We'll put a hard sell on him. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. There we go. But let's see. Otherwise, we should still be in a pretty good spot unless somebody's making a very big push towards one of these guys. Otherwise, they all seem to be in a good spot. Vildor, we're not going to take him. Torres is going to commit. Morton, probably not. Because Roberts is going to commit soon. Tecklenburg goes to Georgia Southern. Chamberlain being offered by Louisiana. He's a good player. 79 power, or 80 power moves. Did that go up one from last? Interesting. But yeah, we're going to get more aggressive with him. We'll hard sell him as well. Really like him as a prospect. We'll also put a hard sell here. Maybe Horan was the guy I saw with 79 power moves. We're still the only team to offer him. Same thing with Zach Turner. This tight end, yeah, we'll put some more hours on him. We could hard sell him too, although he's only 6'2". I think we'll just go like that for now. I mean, we do have the hours to put on here. Penn State now making an aggressive push. Okay, not sure we're going to be able to compete with them. I guess we could hard sell him, but the reason I'm reluctant to do that is just because I don't know if he's the best quarterback. Got 85 speed, 90 throw power, but 80 short accuracy, only 73 medium accuracy. Whereas somebody like a Corey Emery or a Sal Salas, very similar speed and throw power, but more accurate. So I think we're just going to keep it like this, but I don't know. I'm reluctant to do it. I feel like if he didn't have the gem next to him, I'm not taking him, and I'm going to go with Sal Salas. I just don't know. Why do we not get Theo Quinton to want to come to our school? He's going to go to Virginia. And then here's Greg Wenning. We can scout him further. Our 58 man is not good, but 88 speed, 69 zone. Could be better, but 81 agility is nice. Solid player. But like 10 hours on him because we're the only team to offer him. But yeah, I think we should get a little bit more aggressive for... Who was it? Yeah, we can put more hours on Chamberlain. Oh, it was this tight end. Our other tight end is 6'4", so I mean... Oh, man, that's annoying. I wish this guy was 6'4", 254, and this guy was 6'2", 227. Not a combination of the two. That's annoying, but we will hard sell this guy, and then that will be recruiting. So that is recruiting. We will check the results of Army-Navy, as well as check the conference championships. Army beat Navy. Neither team is great, both 5-7. But Army beat Navy 23-14. And then here in the conference championships, we got Liberty and Western Kentucky, Miami and Bowling Green, Utah and Colorado, which probably for a playoff spot, depending on where Utah ranks right now. because Charlotte and Colorado State both ahead. So, yeah, Utah needs to win that game to have a chance to playoff. Old Dominion and Southern Miss. Then the SEC championship, Florida and LSU. Charlotte and UAB in the American. Nevada and Colorado State in the Mountain West. USC, Oregon in the Big Ten. And Florida State, Clemson in the ACC. But we will advance to the following week and check the results of those conference championship games. Oh, forgot to check the rank. Actually, they're not going to change it all. Penn State jumps us. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to go elsewhere at quarterback then. Of course, we can't recruit now. LSU beats Florida by 10. They jump up to number 1. Let's see. LSU's ranked number 1. Conference championships. Western Kentucky beats Bowling Green by 8. Miami, Ohio beats Liberty by 8. Miami, Ohio upsets Bowling Green. Utah beats Colorado. And they are going to make the playoff. Yes, over Colorado State by 1 spot. Wow, big win for Utah. At least I think they're going to make the playoff. Southern Miss beats Old Dominion by 4. Just talked about the SEC. Charlotte beats UAB by 10. Colorado State beats Nevada by 15. Oregon beats USC 26-20. And Clemson loses to Florida State. They're now a 4-loss team. Wonder if they make the playoff. Probably, but wonder. 31-26, Florida State wins there. A look at the top 25. LSU up to 1 after the win. Florida down a spot. Clemson down 4. USC down 1. Back-to-back losses to end their season. Florida State up 3. I think that should put Utah into the playoff. Yeah, Utah's got the final spot. So the byes, LSU, Oregon, Florida State, Charlotte. Utah and Georgia, the 5-12 game. Auburn, the 8 seed. Tennessee, the 9 seed. Florida, the 6 seed. Clemson, the 7 seed. Nebraska, the 7 seed. Ohio State, the 10 seed. We will advance to the next week once again. It's going to be bowl week 1 of 4. I don't know if we can recruit during this week. But I do just want to check to see the progress on Darren Hart. Mary Stephen commits. That's nice. Nick Torres commits. There's the commitment to Penn State. But, yeah. Penn State, and then Theo Clinton goes to Virginia. Nothing too unexpected there. Nico Iamaleava wins the Heisman. 28 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That doesn't seem like that would lead the country. That does not seem anywhere close to leading the country. 28 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He did not lead the country in yards. How did Gunnar Stockton not win the Heisman? This guy had 3,600 yards, 41 touchdowns, 8 picks, and Georgia made the playoff. Wow. That seems like he got robbed of the Heisman. Nico did not deserve to win that at all. How is Gunnar Stockton not even a finalist? That makes no sense. Very interesting. I have no idea how Nico won that. Take a look at the playoff bracket. Oh, it hasn't started yet, right. It starts this week. Job offers, obviously not going to take any. We're back with Vanderbilt. Alabama offers their defensive coordinator. Actually, all 4 of these teams. 3 of them actually offer coordinator, defensive coordinator. Yeah, obviously not taking any of those guys. Or any of those jobs. Early signing day. Let's see the development trade for some of our recruits. Ben Cloud is still not committed. Probably now going to go to Louisiana Tech. Denard Marks. Normal. Callaway Star. Steven Impact McQueen star. Torres normal. Kirkland Impact. Cameron Owen Impact. Larry Reeser Impact. Alex Cleveland Impact. Brad Selzner Impact. James Tremble normal. Jabari had star. Quentin had impact. Yeah, we don't have a ton of commits. We've got, let's see, we've only got 11 commits, which is not fewest in the conference, although 51st recruiting class can definitely get a lot better. Let's just check to make sure nobody else has jumped us for either of these other quarterbacks. Alright, it's still the only team to offer both. And then, oh, now we can manage our staff. I think we gotta fire this guy. He is not good. A D-. His talent tree isn't even anything too impressive. Can we fire this guy? Apparently not. Okay. And here we got staff moves. A bunch of coaches got fired. Actually, those are all coordinators. And here are all the fired coaches. Actually, those are coordinators up to here. Not going to spend too much time on those, considering they're not even real people. But we will advance to the next week, and then we're going to check. Actually, let's just check Darren Hart now. And I want to see if each bowl week counts as a week. It should, but I just want to see. Darren Hart, 13 weeks. We might get him back sometime next year. Well, we definitely will if it's 13 weeks now. Let's see. 13 weeks. Hopefully it goes down to 12 when we're assuming bowl weeks. Sal Salas narrows down his top 3. But let's now check Darren Hart again. Is it still 13? No, it's down to 12. Okay, yeah, we're getting Darren Hart back. Maybe by the start of next year. Let's go. So wherever I read that online, that was wrong. Job offers again. Can we fire our offensive coordinator now? No. Okay. Great. We got some more job offers. Defensive coordinator for Oregon and Oregon State. OC for Tulsa. Was my pipeline always Alabama? I feel like no. Interesting. We'll check the playoff bracket. Florida beats Clemson by a point. Oh, okay. Actually, never mind. I confused myself. Sorry. Georgia beats Utah by a lot. Auburn beats Tennessee by 8. Just talk about Florida. Clemson and Ohio State beats Nebraska 35-29. So the higher seed advanced, or home team advanced, all except the final matchup. And it's so weird to see Charlotte among those remaining 8 teams. You got all big teams, and you got Charlotte. But that's next week. Ben Cloud commits. Yes. Chamberlain commits. Emory narrows down his top 3. If we end up with both these quarterbacks, that might not be great. I mean, can't really get any worse than we were this year. You can check the coach carousel. All these teams looking for a head coach. We'll check the playoff bracket again. Florida beats Florida State again. Or did Florida State beat them before? But here we got Georgia destroys Charlotte. Auburn destroys LSU. Florida beats Florida State. Oregon beats Ohio State. Let's actually just check rivalry week to see Florida and Florida State. Now I'm interested. Where would they be? Can I scroll past them? Nope, I didn't. It was Florida. They've now beaten Florida State twice. The first time it wasn't close. This time it's closer. And again, we will advance to the next week. Oregon and Georgia in the national championship. Oregon destroys Florida 38-16, and Georgia destroys Auburn 45-15. Number 2 against number 3 in the final. Oregon and Georgia. We played Georgia somewhat close, ended up losing by 6, so that game was not nearly as close as it looked. And we will sim past the national championship. Alright, Eric commits. Nice. Conference prestige goes down. The SEC still the top conference. Interesting. Oregon wins the national championship 31-24. They beat Georgia by a touchdown. Here's the final top 25. Oregon is the number 1 team, national champions. And hopefully one day we can be there. Let's just check out our team and go over who's leaving in the offseason potentially. Oh, did not mean to do that. We'll start just at quarterback. Bryce Archie's graduating. Need to get better at quarterback, obviously. Running back, McCoy and Young graduates. These 3 should all be back. Oh, he's got a deal breaker, but can't change. Receivers, Sherrill and Livingston both graduate. So we're going to need somebody to step up next season. Maybe look for somebody in the portal there. Tight ends will all be back. Anthony Miles graduates, although we've got a couple of guys we can move around. Desmond Jackson we brought in via transfer, although he might leave because of playing style because he didn't play. All left guards will be back. Connell graduates, although Nathan Crumpler right there, ready to take over. Right guard, Bobby Sharper graduates. The Manny Chestnut is pretty good for just a redshirt freshman. And David Siegel graduates, though Chris Beckham or Raheem Hodges, someone over there ready to take over. Juan Zunk graduates, he will be missed. All these guys will be back, that's very nice. All these guys are back, or hopefully. Malachi Hood graduates, though he never plays, he's so slow. Outside linebacker, Chris Rogers graduates, he was a nice player. Gaskins graduates, but otherwise our corners will be back. And Fontenette graduates, as well as our kicker Brock Taylor, but not our punter. So we will advance to the offseason. And let's see how we can make this team better. Because we can definitely use some help. Players leaving. Hopefully no one in the transfer portal too much. Okay, we got 4 transfers. Oh no, Dan Quincy. Okay, that's not great. Let's see. Anyone going to the draft? Nope. Everyone just said, you know, we played for Vanderbilt, we're not very good. And nobody goes to the draft. We can persuade all these guys, so might as well do it. Oh, Cooper Starks is back. Let's go. Not for Desmond Jackson. Dan Quincy, please come back. No. Daniel Harrell, I mean, he's... No, doesn't even work. Okay. Those are players leaving. Hopefully nobody too big. Corey Emery commits. Okay, he's the wrong quarterback. Okay, we got both quarterbacks. Guess you could say we got depth at quarterback. That's a positive thing. Antonio Sills stays. That's the great part. 4-star recruit from last season. Draft results. Oh, we did have a couple guys get drafted. Junior Charlo in round 7. Quintavis Gaskins in round 6. Nice. Let's go. Even though it said they were all just graduating, nobody's going to the draft. But transfer portal and off-season recruiting. Ben Cloud is verbally committed, so he can still flip, I believe. Although his deal breaker appears to be gone now. Probably because we're in the off season. But let's see. We'll have to go through and put all our hours back on. Let's see. Who's in the transfer portal? Anybody good? Hopefully somebody good. Alright, we got some 4-stars interested in our school. That's very nice. Vic Burley from USF. David Anderson from Duke. Okay, they're all along the defensive line, probably because we were insane when it came to getting sacks last season. Any other 4-stars interested in our school? No. Okay. Not great. Some more defensive linemen. Any quarterbacks? We got one. Lenora Sellers enters the transfer portal. Same thing with the Heisman finals, Aiden Childs, and Arizona State's Julian Sayin. Steve Dearth. Maybe he's decent. Top scorer now is Eastern Michigan. This can't be worse than what we have. We'll add him to our board, although... obviously, we got the recruits, but he's the only quarterback who hasn't locked us out already. We got the recruits, but they're probably not going to play year one, although I know Larry did, but he was awful, and want to avoid that. We can take a transfer running back, although there's nobody interested in us. Could use a receiver. No one interested in us. Actually, any state. Any receivers. No. Tight end, I guess we could use some depth there. Alright, we're not interested in... Nobody's interested in us, but yeah, I'll go through, add some guys to our board, and then I'll talk about them in a second. So we look at the transfers. Quarterback Steve Dearth, 91 throw power, 84 speed, 83 short accuracy, 79 medium accuracy. I guess can't hurt to get him. He's going to be a freshman next year, or a freshman this year, sophomore next year. Added a linebacker to our board as well as 2 edge rushers. Both are one's a 4-star, Ashley Williams. Got 79 finesse moves. 78 speed. 96 tackle. I mean, obviously we didn't really need to do that because he is a 4-star. And we will send the house on a 4-star. And we can actually put another 15 on him as well. Greg McGree, a speed rusher from Hampton, Georgia. I wish I told you they're old school here. He's got 79 finesse moves, 74 speed. Similar to Williams, actually. We'll offer him. And King Joseph Edwards. A run stopper, 83 speed. Can you cover it all? 80. Oh, yeah, he can actually cover. He's pretty good. We'll offer him. And we're currently not in the lead for him. So, well, I mean, we got the hours. Throw them on him. I mean, we've got 425 hours. Might be able to hard sell everybody, but I'm going to go through and put on the hours of everybody else, and might just hard sell or send the house and everybody, but unless something changes and like we're not in the lead for any of these guys anymore, I will update you guys, but otherwise we're just going to go through and put some hours back on. Alright, so what I did, I just put 25 on pretty much everyone we were still in a good spot with. And let's advance to off-season recruiting week 2 and see if we got anybody. Or got a lead for anybody. Manuel Finley commits. Zach Turner commits. No idea to say this guy's name. He commits. We always get the players where I have no idea to say their name. We're in second for Dearth. Oh man, we're down to an 81 overall after being 85. But let's see. We take the lead for Ashley Williams. Very nice. We can get him on campus too. And we can go playing style. For Greg McGree, we are in second. We actually go down a spot. Actually, I meant to put a hard sell on him. Send the house. King Joseph Edwards, we take the lead. Dearth, we're in second behind Eastern Michigan. I mean, he's the only transfer portal quarterback we can get. Just put 50 on him. But Probably still in a good spot for everybody else. Let's see, we should lead. Yep, we stay in the lead for pretty much everybody. I'm going to take Zach Morton off our board. I mean, I guess we could use the depth at receiver, so it won't hurt. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's take him back. Zach Morton. Hopefully we can find him here. Oh, here he is. I mean, I'm not really going to put hours on him. We'll just offer him a scholarship. I mean, the depth at receiver is never going to hurt. But we stay in a good spot for pretty much everybody. As far as the transfers go, move him up a little bit, just so we don't get him confused with our transfers. But we are second, first, second, and first. Can get these guys on campus. Might want to do that. Let's actually get McGree on campus. We can go playing style or proximity to home. Let's go playing style. Edwards will get on campus. We'll go week 3. Playing style for him as well. And we don't have a good grade yet for one of their interests. We'll hold off for him. We'll advance to the next week of off-season recruiting. Alright, first for all 3 of these guys. Let's check now. We stay in the lead for Williams, and we've got a pretty good lead over Mississippi State and UAB. How is he going to 2 schools in week 5? McGree, we take the lead. Edwards, we got a big lead. Only need to offer him, and Dearth, we take the lead. Let's see, we should stay. Let's actually get Scroggins on campus. We'll go academic prestige. And we'll put a hard sell on him, too. He's a gem running back. Hopefully he is going to come to our school. Let's see, we stay in the lead for pretty much everybody. Yeah, we're in a good spot. Coastal Carolina offers this guy, but we stay in a good spot for the rest, and we'll sim to off-season recruiting week 4 of 4. Wusu commits. Let's go. Ashley Williams Jr. commits. And we're in first or second for everybody. McGree, we must have fallen to second. Week 4 of 4 of off-season recruiting. Williams commits. McGree, we fall to second over Minnesota. We also stole a 4-star defensive tackle, Brad Lamb, from us during the season. Yep, we stay in a good spot, except for McGree. We can hard sell him. And friends and family. But I mean, he's not like a must-get, but he's a good player. Scroggins, wow, it's going to be a tight race between us and Georgia Tech. Very close right there. We somehow still have the lead. Morton's going to commit. I mean, we don't really have to worry about a lot of these guys. We might as well get Horan on campus. Just because we've got the hours. He's a good player. 79 power moves. We'll hard sell him as well. Of course, that was the one I skipped over. Yeah, we're in a good spot for the rest. But that is going to be off-season recruiting. I feel like we went through that very quickly as opposed to previous seasons. These guys should all commit. I'd be pretty surprised if they don't. Cooper Roberts. Dearth. Edwards. McGree commits. Nice. Kristen Horan. Oh, Scroggins goes to Georgia Tech. Not cool. National sign guy. I feel like there's still more players who didn't commit. Did I make that up? Maybe not. But we have 32 commits. That's not bad. Let's see where that ranks. It's like the same as Georgia in terms of what? Obviously not the same quality of players. We are, wow, we're really far down. 38th. 2 4-stars, 33 stars. Not great. Anthony Williams Jr., our best recruit. Number 37 player in the country. He has impact development, agree with normal. Impact for Edwards, normal for Dearth. Normal for Wenning. Normal for Eric. Impact for Salas, normal for Emery. Normal for this guy. Normal for Morton, although he actually hasn't committed yet. Although he's signed. Floyd John's impact, star for Turner. Normal, normal. Impact for Coker, normal for Trumbull. Star for Jasso. Let's see. Who have we not said before? Cleveland's got impact. Might have mentioned him. This guy's got normal. Finley with impact. Newusu with normal. Torres with impact. Cloud with impact. I think we knew the rest. Position changes. Let's see. Is Alex Cleveland on campus? Dang, I do that every time. He's the one guy I want to change his position. He's not on campus. Great. We do have to see off-season progression. Dearth is 73 overall. Plus, he can run a little bit. Maybe he's going to be our starter. I'm not really sure. Emery actually a higher overall than Salas. Interesting. But I'm trying to think if there's any other players we want to change their position. Probably not. I feel like we're not super deep at a ton of positions. Don't have a ton of tight ends. We can shuffle around the offensive line without really changing their position. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think we're going to... Why is every guy we recruit a right tackle? But yeah, I don't think we're going to change any positions. But we'll advance to the next week, which should be development, I'm pretty sure. Unless I forgot something. It is training results. Okay, let's see. We've also got some skill points to spend. Hopefully, we got a quarterback up to an 80. That's very wishful thinking, but maybe there's a chance. Best overall player, Cooper Starks, to an 87. Don't see any quarterbacks higher than an 83. Our highest quarterback is St. Hilaire at 76. Actually, both are playing up. St. Hilaire is 74. Larry is 73. His short accuracy is a 72. He got a little bit better, I think. Maybe that's something. Still not great. Let's see. Running backs. Boya up to an 83 overall. Nice. Christensen develops to a 76. Galladay to a 71. Receiver. Yeah, we don't have a go-to receiver, which could be a problem. McVay, our best receiver, an 83. Christian Brown says it's 75, I'm pretty sure. Deontay Tam up to a 77. Would be really nice if he can catch. This guy's got bricks for hands, 78 catching. I mean, I know we don't really have a great receiver who can catch. Could be a problem. Our sophomore receivers didn't really do a ton, despite redshirting. 72, 72, 71, 67. Or, Winix doesn't count. He's not good. Interesting. Thought they could be a little bit better. Bryson Coleman to an 81. Tyree Crummy to a 78. Robert Adai to a 70. Caleb Tranquil to a 76. Josh Kunn to a 73. Cooper Starks, our best player, at an 87. Alex Ellis at 83. Dylan France at 75. Rumport to an 80. Addison to an 83. Alright, we are really good in the interior of the offensive line. Can any of these guys maybe move outside? I know you usually move guys the other way. Maybe Cooper Starks. He's 6'5", 329. Yeah, he might be able to move to the outside. Maybe. But, I mean, we're so good in the interior. If only we had somebody to play tackle. Raheem Hodges at an 80. He can probably stick at right tackle. He's actually smaller than Cooper Starks. We don't have a single left end. That could be a problem. Lowry to an 83, Gwynn to an 82, Boulware to an 81. Actually, I think he stayed the same at 81. And Jeremy LaBelle to a 78. Oberst to an 84, Thomas to an 83. Fogg to a 77. Antonio Sills is a 78. I don't really think that changed at all. See, red shirt. Darren Hart's still an 84 because I think he's hurt and missed off-season training. He's only out 2 weeks. Yeah, he's coming back for this season. Actually, the start of it. Wenning, the freshman's a 66. Boogie Touré's up with 78. Daniel Horan is an 81. Armand Warwoo's a 73. Wesley Spears 72. But yeah, these linebackers not great. Jalen Wackey's an 84. John Ward's up with 79, although he's very slow. Noah Schillinger is a 78. PJ Kumar is a 73. Is Clarence McQueen here? He is. He's a 71. As a true freshman. Wish he'd be a little bit better, but he might start right away. His combination of speed and man coverage is insane. Yeah, we're gonna need. He still does have the deal breaker. Just turned off after a while, I guess. Isaiah Sims is a 78. Not really huge improvements for the safeties. We don't have a kicker. Could be a problem. And, yeah, training results don't look too impressive. Let's see. How do we want to spend these? We're pretty good in recruiter. Do we want to do anything here? We'll increase interest for receivers. Motivator. Let's see. Anything in here? When quarterbacks... The problem here is I just don't think we can get anyone drafted. This would have been nice to know, to remember before. Let's actually buy all these. Wish I realized that before. We can get our training boost. But we'll advance to the next season. I think that it's going to be the preseason of Season 4. I'm very happy we're still with this team. Oh, we got to customize conferences first. Not going to do that. Do we want to encourage anyone to hit the portal? Probably not. Oh, actually, we have to. We have 91 players. And 85 of them are allowed. Let's see. Quarterbacks. We'll have to see. We got so many quarterbacks. We gotta move some of these guys. We might just want to encourage Morton to transfer. He's never gonna play. But wait, let's see. Cleveland gets moved. Yeah, we're gonna encourage Jeremiah Morton to transfer. We don't have the depth at running back. Don't have a fullback. Receivers are not good. Don't have the depth at tight end. We might want to do it along the offensive line, even though I like some of these players. Probably not. Never have too many offensive linemen. Maybe Marlon Azurks. We have a ton of right tackles. Maybe Tommy Calvin. He's only a redshirt freshman. And these guys are pretty good. I mean, when I say good for us, I mean... Hutton, we might just want to encourage him to commit. He's a power rusher. Is he decent? That's hit power. Power moves 82. Okay, that's not bad. Let's see. We gotta find 5 guys to get rid of. Definitely not gonna be Antonio Sills. Maybe Mason Carter. Matt Abraham. I just don't know if he's ever gonna play for us. Same thing with Wesley Spears. Yeah, let's do... he's kind of fast, though. Don't have the depth at corner. Or safety, really. Don't have kicker. Alright, this is going to be tough, finding 5 guys to get rid of. Let's see. We Knicks get off the team. All these other guys are so young, though. I don't want to give up on them. Man, our receiver room is really young and bad. All right, we got to get rid of at least one lineman. It's going to be Marlon Azur. We have to. Defensive tackle. Again, I don't... Actually, we can get rid of Matt. I mean, he might... Fourth defensive tackle would probably play. But he's a redshirt senior. He's not going to get any better. And we can get a young guy involved. Let's get rid of Matt. So here it's tough at right end. We don't really need Greg McCree, but we just brought him in, so we can't get rid of him. Did not mean to do that. But a lot of these guys are young. Definitely don't want to give up on LaBelle. I guess it's got to be Kike. And we got to find one more. And Hutton's young. It's going to be Mason Carter. Alright, we're down to 85 players. We can advance to the next week. Not going to customize the conferences at all. They will stay how they are. We'll stay in the SEC. You have some guys, risk of transfers. Uh-oh, Denard Mark's already on there. He might not play at right tackle, so that could be bad. But we're in the preseason of 2027. Let's just see. Who's on our schedule? We start the year at Oregon State, at Stanford. Ooh. Oh, man. Those guys were really good this past year. That's annoying. We play Florida, Georgia, both on the road. We play pretty much the same teams. Do we play the exact same conference teams? We do. We play the exact same conference teams. Not sure if I'm going to customize it all. That'll be next video. And, yeah, we got to figure out exactly who's going to get redshirted, who's going to play this season. We've got to figure out quarterback for sure. Just want to see, can Alex Cleveland, like, run with the ball at all? Can he catch? Actually, it's going to be easier to find him if we just go like this. Not find him. Keep track of all the stats. He's got impact development. He's 6'4", 217. Maybe linebacker or tight end. Oh, that's kind of light for a tight end. He's got 82 carrying. That should mean he won't fumble every time he gets hit. Oh, that was dumb. We're only going to find him this way because it doesn't track all his stats the other way. But he's a good athlete. 85 agility. 86 speed. 91 change of direction. Let's see. He's pretty good with the ball in his hands. Make people miss a little bit. Break tackles. Alright, we can't view his defensive stats. Okay. Maybe he moves to tight end. Wish we could check his catching. Maybe he sticks to quarterback for now. We redshirt him. See if he gets better. Although I would like to move him tight end and then redshirt. I'm not sure. I'll have to think about that. We'll see exactly what we do in the next video. But we don't get fired. That's the good news. We're still the head coach at Vanderbilt. We gotta make a bowl game. That is a big thing. I forgot to check our overall. 85. Okay. That's the same thing we ended last season at. Didn't really get better, but starting season 85, not bad. Especially, let's see the top 25. Not going to look at it. Just going to check the worst teams overall. 83. We in here at all? No. Not even other receiving votes. But yeah, we can definitely be good. Obviously got a tough schedule playing the SEC, but you're always going to have that. But that is the off-season before we head into Season 4. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss Season 4. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, turn notifications. I do my best to post as often as possible. Be sure to check out my main channel, Super Sports Central, link in the description of the video. But that's all for this video. I do my best to post as often as possible, and I will see you in the next video.